Hey guys, so I'm just gonna do a quick look at Borderlands, and hopefully, if I like it, I might make it into a series. Sorry about that. If not, it'll just be one or two quick episodes. What I think. I do have a ton of DLC because I got the Steam sale version of it, and I mean, obviously, it's a little bit of an older game, but one of the things about not having a life is you get the benefit of you get to play games that by the time you can play them, normally they're a good bit older. So I also got Devil May Cry 3 at the Steam sale and a bunch of things, but I'm going to just jump into it right now because this is a relatively long intro that we have to sit through. I think it's about 4 minutes. I did try and record about 30 seconds ago, not that long, maybe 10 minutes ago, and had some issues with my recording, so this is the second time I've sat through this part, but I don't think it's too long. It's just kind of giving you the story, and the vault had no treasure, and everyone was really upset, but there really was treasure. It was just alien mineral. So, overall, I did play the first Borderlands, a little bit on Xbox. This is on PC, so I don't know the controls too much. I assume it's pretty standard FPS things. I haven't adjusted any of the settings, so this is everything's as default. I might mess around with it after this video, after I see how everything looks, and just kind of decide, where I want to go from it. But I've heard good things, and like I said, I do have like 8 or so of the DLCs, so Borderlands is pretty fun. Very characteristic game, started its own art style. It's a big kind of movement, I guess, a long time ago. And then they do have a newer one out here that's like Borderlands the pre-sequel or something, which I'm a hard sell on. I don't like when games do that, like, Final Fantasy, it's not really a sequel, they're whatever, but it just gets so confusing when they start, like, naming things differently. Like, I'm always a big fan of, like, Borderlands 2, Revenge of the Fallen, or, The Vault Strikes Back, whatever you want to go with, but, so... Anyway, I think we're getting started. This is the main intro cutscene, which I'll watch. I skipped it once before, like I said, when I was just testing some things, but you can tell the game does look very good and has the same kind of classic art style, which I almost feel looks like the paper cutout style. So similar to, what's that show, South Park, or... Look, people are playing Dota too, isn't that great? But, in all honesty, I do need to log off Steam. I don't have very many friends on Steam, so it's only like actually my real life friends that I'm friends with on Steam. So normally I don't get notifications, but I guess it's that time of year for Dota. But, and then I do have some experience with other FPSs. I recently have been playing a lot of Counter-Strike, Silver Elite, so, top tier. But no, it's fun. I really wish there was a different game mode that was like to learn competitive, because casual is completely different with, 10 on 10, you're always running around doing whatever. You buy every round, whatever, there's no strategy. But then, like, you don't get exposure to the competitive unless I'm playing, and then I've only played like maybe 15 competitive matches in all time, so not necessarily the greatest. And then you're bottom rank your team and everyone hates you, and it makes it just not great for learning. Whereas I feel like if there was a better learning, Axton Commando. I haven't decided who I'm going to play with. Like I said, since I have a lot of the DLC, I have about 6 characters. I don't know if either of them are only from the DLC, or if the game added them from the first one. I don't know, because I've just kind of had it the whole time. All the 4 characters from the original are back. The Gunzerker. Maybe I should play as him. I'm pretty standard. I normally go with like the first guy, like the main guy, just because that's how I am. So when I played through before, I was Axton, and then I've played as a lot of the other characters. I played as the girl and the tank guy also, but it's just one of those things where I normally go with like the main protagonist. Look, we won! I'm definitely the heroes. What are you talking about? So I'm guessing this is why we were waking up in the sand? Or I guess it's snow. Too used to the original Borderlands, so all that sand everywhere. But, well, we made it through the intro. 6 minutes. 6-minute intro. So like I said, we're going Axton. Eye patch is too much. Oh, it's a tough choice. Yeah, what would it be like? Blue Period, I think was the one Under the Sea. But change his head back. Yeah. This is what I was on the one that I lost. I really wish that like you could have the blue jacket without the blue hair, but one way or the other. And then I don't change the names of characters anymore because it causes problems when like people are like, oh yeah, I was playing as this character. Or in Final Fantasy they're like, oh, you know, I just used Shiva against this one boss and killed him, and I was like, well, who's Shiva? Like I didn't even know my summons after my friends in real life. And then, actually my girlfriend at the time, but
wait a minute.
But then like I didn't know any of the Aeons from Final Fantasy names by their names, so I just kind of like stopped doing that. Whoa. Sorry about my sensitivity. I thought I adjusted this. I guess it doesn't carry over. No, it does. Okay. But still might be a little high. So here we meet Claptrap, the much loved and maligned robot of the series. A cool thing to check out if you're looking for a speedrun and you enjoy them. There was a 4-player speedrun done of this game at one of the awesome Game Done Quick, the Summer Games Done Quick. And they did play, this is I think DLC.
Now that I've met a mighty vault hunter, I can...
Whatever. But they did a 4-character speedrun, and it was me. Well, I figured out how to jump. In the freerun, I think they beat the game in like under 3 hours. I think it was like 2 or maybe even less. It was like 2.5. But they did all kinds of crazy stuff. They like duplicate weapons, and something about the girl can like get stacks of damage or something. I don't know. But it was cool. You should check it out. I might link it in the description if I remember. And this is the other thing about Borderlands is you have to loot everything. And one of the things about looting everything is sometimes it takes a while. So I mentioned like Final Fantasy games and stuff like that. I have the problem that in those games, whenever there's clearly a correct path, you always have to go in the wrong path to make sure you're not missing any secrets. Like, I really want to come over here and look behind the snow pile because it's just kind of like is sticking out to me. It's like there's going to be something here. Of course there isn't. Now I just am wasting time, but it's not important. But it's just one of those things. Like when I'm playing games, I'm constantly feel like I'm missing something. So. Also, having the other claptraps above his door is really kind of like strange and I don't want to say sadistic because that's not the right word, but I don't know. If he was a person and those were like human bodies, you know, that would be very creepy and unusual. I mean, who knows? Maybe Claptrap's a psycho killer. Clearly, I need to open this.
Sorry about the mess. Everything Jack kills, he comes here. Bandits, vault hunters, claptrap units. If I sound pleased about this, it's only because my programmers made this by default tone of voice. I'm actually quite depressed.
Okay.
Now, the creatures around here are
I apologize that I'm not listening to Claptrap, but like I said, I did have to test up to this portion. I get to the part where you actually fought like the first snow enemies, whatever they're called.
We should be pretty safe.
So, plus Claptrap is just one of those things that, and he jumps.
My eye!
Okay. Before, so like I said, when I was testing this, I thought you had to hit enter to like accept quests, and I was like really disappointed in the game design. I was like, who would possibly create a game where like I control myself with WASD and my right mouse button, and then I have to hit enter to do all my quests and stuff. Almost didn't get this. $1. Also, I think the melee is a little bit weird. I don't know if this game has rebindable keys, but that's another thing I will probably have to do because meleeing with V is just not an option. Although it probably doesn't come up. Like I said, like in Counter-Strike, you know, if you're getting knifed, or it becomes a... If you get to that situation, you've already kind of given up the ghost.
Great. Just let me get this door open and we'll hunt ourselves
Is this a secret? No.
Onward, seeing eye minion. Let me know
Will
if I'm
do.
gonna run into anything. Ah!
Yeah, you were going too
I'll
fast.
just assume you didn't see that.
If I aim down
Even though
sights,
Knuckles
fire.
Dragger
Yeah, see, this
blindsided
is as
me,
far as I got
I know
earlier.
my way around this glacier. I bet you will find my eye in Frostbite Crevasse.
I might go a little bit further. I don't know. Like I said, I'm completely blind on this game, but
Stick close to the robot.
Stick close
he
to
will
the
help you
robot.
get off this glacier and into the city of Sanctuary. That is the only place you will be safe.
I mean, I would stick closer to him if they didn't put all this loot here. I wonder if I can get up on top of that. No,
Over here!
and then learn to melee.
I hear bully bombs! Sick of minion! Protect me, squire!
Area waypoint, okay. Whatever. Good shot. By that I mean not. I wonder if it's worth aiming down the sights here.
Let's go! If we don't get my eye back,
Also,
we'll
what the
never get to
difference is between
Sanctuary.
these two weapons that seem almost exactly the same. Higher accuracy, same damage. This one has a better fire rate. Has a better fire rate and higher accuracy, but Claptrap here, not like
Jack's tearing Pandora apart to find the vault. They
I
say
can't
Jack's
see the
drilling
stats of
operations
that
are
weapon.
causing those earthquakes. That, or your mom just got out of bed.
really every time I go to check on
You'll need that funny little robot's help to reach
whatever that
Sanctuary,
last stat is,
the
I don't
last
even know.
bastion of the
They
resistance
keep
against Jack,
talking.
and the only place you'll be truly safe. Get to Sanctuary.
25. So is the one just like clearly worse in every way? Like, why would I ever use this if I have this gun? It fires faster and is more accurate. Killing some Monglets. I feel like maybe it has more recoil. Maybe that's why. And I remember the companies in the game have something to do with the weapons before. At least they did. Quick switch. I'm changing with the middle mouse button too, but it's another thing I do in Counter-Strike that's bad. But the weapons, like certain companies have better explosives or something. Pick that up.
The Vault Hunters show up, Vault Hunter looks for the new vault, Vault Hunter gets killed by me.
I don't know if there's like about to be like a boss fight or if it's just that they're like at the beginning of the game, so I want to make sure you have ammo. But like,
Thanks, Pumpkin.
I have been full on those like med sticks for since I left Claptrap's lair. Sorry, my jaw is killing me. because I had my shelf exam day, working on my Eris application and everything else, so apparently I've been grinding my teeth at night, you know. That's why. Okay, so I was right. First boss, Knuckle Dragon. Huge version of those, smaller... Does he attack? I guess he does. I kinda wish I had, like, a weapon of a different type. 'Cause I feel like just having two, I don't know what you want to call them, bullet weapons? No, this is a bad idea. Whoa. Focus the ads. Oh, that reminds me of good times. So I used to play WoW back in college, and I was a Death Knight, and I can't remember what raids we did because it was so long ago. But I played with a bunch of my friends, and they literally would just yell the entire time, like, "Oh, save up your runes, go kill the ads, you know, make sure you're not in wherever." It was hysterical. It was a lot of fun. We had one guy that raided like 4 nights a week, and then we just raided on Thursdays. But the best part, my roommate at the time, his name was Chris, he was a real great guy, and he was a healer, and he really wasn't that bad. Both of us were like completely inexperienced at playing the game, so you know. I mean, I think what it is when you played for maybe like 4 weeks, and then you're expected to be a healer in some raids, and people were not very happy. He was hysterical. He constantly like would cast fear on trash mobs, and then like pull like multiple other sets. And, like, yeah, really nice guy though. But it was a lot of fun. That's one of the things. Like, if I had more time, I would definitely go back and play. What if I don't know if I'd play WoW in like 6 expansions now or something. I played through Lich King from Burning Crusade, but I like those kind of games when you can kind of play with your friends and everything else. But the issue is, for me right now, I wouldn't be able to progress. Like, I wouldn't be level 90 or 95 or 100, whatever they increase the level cap to. But that's why I play like Counter-Strike and Dota.
Let me get that for you.
This
Executing
game.
phase shift.
Whoa.
You're welcome.
Just because that way, like, you don't fall behind when you're not there. But so we took out the first boss, I guess. I don't know if that was actually a boss. Like, it seemed like I did not have to do very much. So I'm just gonna finish looting here, and then we'll wrap up this first episode, I guess. Thanks for watching. Bye.